All right, let's dive into the fascinating world of online betting in Thailand. It's this huge part of the culture, but it's also, well, mostly illegal. So how does that even work? We've gone through all the top articles on Google, including a fantastic breakdown from betplace.us, and distilled it all right here, so you don't have to do the reading. All the links are in the description below. Let's get right into it.
I mean, you can just picture it, can't you? Betting isn't just a transaction, it's a social event, deeply woven into the fabric of daily life. But now, that glowing screen has totally changed the game, taking a traditional pastime and making it accessible pretty much anywhere, anytime. And just how popular are we talking? Well, some estimates say that over 60% of people in Thailand gamble in one form or another. But here's the kicker. How is that even possible with some of the strictest gambling laws in all of Asia? That's the huge paradox we're going to unpack today. So here's our roadmap. We're going to start with that core paradox, then navigate the tricky legal maze, give you a solid checklist for picking a betting site, look at the top contenders out there, share some essential tips for new bettors, and then wrap it all up with the final takeaway. Okay, first up, let's get right to the heart of it. You've got this massive, deep-rooted cultural passion for betting on one side, and on the other, you have these incredibly strict official laws. It feels like two things that just can't exist in the same place at the same time. And this chart, wow, it just lays out that conflict so clearly. Legally, your only options are the state-run lottery and some horse racing. That's it. But the reality? Some sources estimate that as many as 70% of adults are using unregulated services. That enormous gap between the rules and reality is where our whole story unfolds. So you have to ask yourself, what created this giant gap? Well, to get that, we need to look at the legal maze itself. Because these laws are the exact reason why, for anyone betting in Thailand, picking the right online platform is about so much more than just fun. It's about staying safe. This strict approach isn't anything new. The foundation was laid way back in 1935 with the Gambling Act, which pretty much banned everything. Then they added a Playing Cards Act, and more recently, the Anti-Money Laundering Act in '99 just tightened the screws even further. And here's what happens when you have that kind of demand met with those kinds of laws. The market finds a way. It's created this huge opening for international offshore betting sites. For Thai players, these platforms, often accessed with tools like a VPN, have become the main way to get in on the action. Okay, so if everyone's turning to these international sites, how in the world do you tell the good ones from the bad ones? That brings us to a super practical part of this, your checklist for choosing a platform that's actually safe and reliable. Think of these as the absolute non-negotiables. You want to see a proper license. That means they're accountable to someone. SSL encryption, that's the tech that keeps your personal and financial info safe. You want flexible payment options, and you definitely want 24/7 support in case anything goes wrong. And of course, see what other users are saying. Reviews tell the real story. Now, when it comes to money, you've got choices, and each one has its pros and cons. Traditional banking is super secure, but can be a bit slow. E-wallets are fast and secure, but you got to check if your site accepts them. And then there's crypto, which offers amazing speed and anonymity, but you have to be ready for the price to swing up and down. All right, let's get to the names you're probably waiting for. Which platforms are actually popular? Our source, betplace.us, has a great list of the top contenders. We're going to touch on a few they mention, and remember, you can find the link to their full list in the description. So what's cool is that different sites are known for different things. It's not one size fits all. If you're all about hunting for the best bonuses, OneBacksBet is a name that pops up a lot. If you just want to know someone will be there to help you, BKA gets praised for its customer support. For a massive selection of sports, there's WE88, and if you just want something clean and easy to use, people really like 12Play. And the analysis we looked at makes a point to give a special shout out to Melbet. Why? The odds. They're known for being really competitive, which, for any serious bettor trying to get the best value, is a massive factor. It's a big reason why they're considered a trusted choice. You're going to see the term welcome bonus plastered everywhere. So what is it? It's basically the site's way of saying hello by giving you extra funds to play with when you first sign up, usually by matching your deposit. To give you a real-world example, OneXBet offers one that goes up to 5,200 Thai bahts. Okay, picking a platform is a huge step, but honestly, how you bet is even more important. This section is all about the strategies you can use to bet smarter, stay safer, and just have a better time overall. These 5 things are absolutely key.
It all starts with setting a budget you are comfortable with and sticking to it. Then, do your homework. Actually understand the odds you're betting on, read the fine print on those bonuses, and research the teams or players. But maybe the most important skill of all, knowing when to call it a day.
So let's pull all these pieces together for the final takeaway. We've seen the culture, we've seen the laws, we've seen the platforms. What does all this mean for the future of betting in Thailand? First off, here's where all that passion is focused. And no surprises here, right? Football is the undisputed king. It completely dominates the betting landscape, though other sports like golf, boxing, and basketball have a really solid following too.
And this isn't just a niche hobby. We are talking about big money. The market is projected to grow to over 320 million US dollars by the year 2028. That is a massive amount of economic activity, and it's almost all happening outside the official legal system.
And that brings us to the final huge question. You've got this booming, modern, digital market that's just exploding in popularity. And on the other side, you've got laws that are over 80 years old. Can that legal framework possibly adapt? Or is this gap between the law and reality just going to get wider? For now, that might be the biggest bet of all. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and don't forget, all the sources are waiting for you in the description.